Hello, I'm Trixie, and today we're going to talk about old journals and poultry. I'm specifically talking about the old journals that I found when my daughter asked me to look for the poultry books I wrote in the late 80s, early 90s. I went searching in my hope chest and I found those poetry books. I had three that I personally had written, and one that I was writing other people's poems in that I really enjoyed. And and then I also found two journals. One was the the late 80s, early 90s, and another one was 2004 to November 2004 to May of 2005, and that was pretty significant too. So I had read through two of the poetry books before giving them to my daughter. I'm going to read through the other two when I get them back. And then I read the two journals that I had gotten out. And boy, let me tell you, what you find out about yourself, your old thoughts and your old feelings and who you were back then. I've completely changed how I think and how I feel, and there are still some stuff that is the same. But for the most part, my life has changed in so many ways in the last, 34, 35 years, that it was kind of nice to read those thoughts and feelings that I had back then. Now, I'm not saying everything was perfect back then. I am not saying that my first marriage was a fun time during those journaling sessions. I'm just saying that the person I was back then has grown into who I am now. And, it was kind of nice to read my past self and to get reacquainted with her and to know that, everybody has growing to do. Everybody just has a way of figuring things out and going through life and not knowing what you're going to do, but figuring it out as you do. And it's a learning experience. It's fun to know that you can do so many things. I also realized that it was important for me to write even way back then. I kind of got the writing bug in my teens. So, that would have been in the early 80s, and the 90s was kind of my 20s. So I really have most of my life been writing in one way or another. Whether it's journals, whether it's poems, whether it's stories, whether it's short stories or longer stories, whether it's list making, all different kinds of things. I write down recipes that I enjoy. I write down all these things, and I enjoy the act of actually writing by hand. It does something in my brain. It helps me figure things out, and I am really figuring things out now. I think with these journals, it's going to help the books that I'm writing now, this series. I have some new thoughts, some new ideas. And, last week we were in a slump. This week I'm finding new ways to do things, and I am so incredibly happy about that. And so I just wanted to remind you that, who you are right now is not who you're permanently going to be. You're still growing. You're still learning new things every day. You're still on your journey. And so if you're not happy with who you are right now, just wait a couple of, days, months, years, and everything just kind of step by step will fall into place. And so the things that I want right now, I would like to be a published author again. So those things have just got to manifest as I write these stories, get them done, and go on to the step by step by step by step process. So yes, we can all do these things. And I would like to know if you have found any kind of old journals or old poetry books or anything like that, old writings of yours. Leave it down in the comments. And if you like this kind of content, let's give it a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button. Let's be friends. And so until next time, tell your story for His glory. See you next time.